So I made this basic design using refraction to basically replicate or emulate some kind of gravity emitter based on Maxwell's laws, where we have three vectors: an electric field, a magnetic field and a force. So essentially we are using a refraction crystal, and we're using an antenna array and also a reflector. And we're also using a material that's been doped with, let's say, any kind of metallic parts, any kind of metals. So we pass a wave through the crystal. The wave is being rotated via refraction. We have a doping layer which is absorbing some of the wave, and now we have a small wave being forced upwards and through the crystal by the actual movement of the electromagnetic waves themselves. We use a V in and V out, basically a cable which is connected to some metal sheets which actually have some antennas which are separate from the actual metal itself. And here we have a larger wave being converted into a smaller wave using the specific vector that we're after. So refraction crystal, reflector, wave. I may have got this wrong saying inductor, but basically that's just referring to a piece of cable which is passing a voltage through a metal sheet, which is then actually via using the magnetic field actually then causing these antennas to begin producing a wave as the voltage in and voltage out is alternated on this cable. So the wave accelerates upwards. So essentially what I'm saying is gravity is a force which is accelerating upwards, being rotated by refraction, and produces gravity as we know it. And that gravity is a wave which has been reduced in size, possibly using a specific vector from Maxwell's laws, either the E, F or M vector. So let's carry on. So I said I would produce a design for a harmonic drive. Now again, I will say this, none of my work here has been actually built into an experiment as of yet. I do want the university to actually support me in this, but let's take a look. So, solid state drive, harmonic drive, which is essentially what that G emitter essentially is as well. So we have a refraction index, we have our antenna array, we have a coiled cable which is basically having an electric field passed along it, and it is absorbing the electrons from this cable, which produces positive electric field entrapment, which I've mentioned in other videos. So we pass a electromagnetic wave through the refraction crystal that's rotated. It will begin to bounce in this area. However, some of that energy will be absorbed as it's rotated, as the positive electric fields drag on electromagnetic space-time. So this will almost seem like a sea with waves bouncing up and down in between it. That will be enough, actually, I hypothesize, to begin to make some kind of movement. And as you're making the waves smaller and at a specific size and frequency, again, I think you can use space-time all around you. So harmonic drive, solid state drive, it doesn't have to be complex. Now, this purple area, a Fourier wave effect. Well, if you see the actual G wave or the emitter, which I've shown here, you can think of something like that there, maybe pushing this kind of waveform upwards as well, expelling it. But basically it's all based on the first idea, where I use a ring of electric voltage connected to some metal cables. We pass a voltage through this ring, it drags electrons away, turns that positive, and it's the basic idea of negative energy.